What's up, guys?
Hey,
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah. Hope everybody had a good holiday season. Who do we have in the chat? We got
some people already.
Top Dog is here. Eric David Gunderson, the man with 3 names. The Bourbon Engineer. Kathy Huey's in the chat. Thanks for joining in, guys. Whiskey Garden. Awesome. Thanks for joining in, Whiskey Garden.
J22.
What is
Hey,
up?
everybody. Eric C. Doug Tucker. Oh my gosh.
Tucker.
Skipping.
It jumped. Oh, we're
Nathan
good.
Tuck.
Kenneth Rathburn. Wayne Monpetit. You say that. You're better at that than me.
I don't want to.
Dano. Sukichi.
Hey, guys.
Baseball. I'm assuming that's baseball. Is that a Volunteers reference? Who knows? Wendell Wilson. Drew Moser. Mike Lawson. Hey, guys.
Welcome.
Hey, Barry did you see Barry got an upgrade? He went from inexperienced whiskey new guy to experienced whiskey old guy.
Congratulations on the upgrade, Barry.
Yeah. Congratulations on your promotion. Dieter Lang's in the house. Guys, thank you so much for joining in tonight.
Yeah.
Richie Z. We're going to have fun. This is going to be fun. It's going to be pretty chill. I think we've learned, if there's one thing we learned in 2021 is that I try to do too much on live streams. So
I already knew that. He finally learned it.
but we've got we've got a little bit, we got a full docket, but nonetheless, we'll just get to what we get to and not. Whiskey Eyes is in the house. What's up, guys? Trish, thinking about you. Patrick Q. Awesome. So let's get right into it. And the first thing on these live streams that we're going to be doing.
Whoa, Eric,
man, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, 3,000 subs.
Wow.
We're at 3,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
That is.
I think that kind of like snuck up on me.
It is insane. Yeah, we don't really pay attention to the metrics too much, but YouTube actually does send you emails when you cross certain thresholds. And so they sent us an email saying we crossed 3,000 subscribers.
It is awesome.
And we don't get hung up in the metrics, but those numbers do represent you guys. And for that, we are extremely
The numbers
grateful.
are people. And you guys are awesome. So thank you.
Yeah. Todd Bellinger's in the chat. What's up? Wildlife and Whiskey. That's a great name. All right. So speaking of being thankful, we're going to start every live stream off giving our patrons a shout out.
Yeah.
Because we can sip whiskey together off of camera and have a great time.
Yeah.
But being able to do this together with you guys and the Patreons community that chips in, it's first off, the community is awesome, but we do so much fun stuff over there.
Yeah.
And it allows us to like brainstorm and get these cool ideas like these. We're doing blind flight nights now where a bunch of people get on with a coordinated blind flight. The first one of the year is going down tomorrow night. So we get to do fun stuff like that when we're all helping and participating in the channel. So we really appreciate the patrons. So Drew Moser's in the house. Dara, the average drinker, Chef Jeff.
Thank you, Richie.
Thank you, Richie. Awesome. And hey, everybody that's super chatting, you're going to get put in for a giveaway. And we'll get to that here in a second.
Should I turn the banner on?
We will in just a second. We'll talk about that here in a minute.
Thank you, Richie.
But let's do shout outs real quick. So in our Patreon community, one thing that since our last live stream, like we are really big with the David and the Jeff crowd. So if your name is David or Jeff, you should probably consider.
We've had a lot of Davids and Jeffs join our Patreon. So if your name is David or Jeff,
consider it.
You're missing out, man.
But in our community tier, we have Chef Jeff, who's in the chat. We also have David Wells.
Yes.
In our Whiskey Nerd tier, since the last live stream, we've had Jimmy Ellis, Robert Kaser, and Julian Gutierrez sign on, which Gutierrez is like the best last name. It's such a cool last name.
I know.
And then in our bonus content tier, where people get access to the extra 2 videos a week that we do, our uncut videos, we have Nathan Tuck is in the chat.
Thank you, Marcus.
We have Troy and Lisa Toole.
Or Marcos, I'm sorry.
And then we're back with the Jeff and Davids, Jeff Massman and David Williams. So definitely a lot of fun going on there. And then in our Whiskey with Friends tiers, we had Tim Fain sign up for that on the last live stream.
Yeah.
And so I think we didn't officially shout him out as part of the patron crew.
So thank you, Tim. I haven't seen him on here yet. But if you catch the rewatch.
Yeah, we've seen Tim in person since then, I think. Or was that before? I lose track of time. What is time anymore? And then we had Eric David Gunderson jump up to the Whiskey with Friends tier. And then Joe and Jess Carter jumped up to tier 2 so they can get in on the blind flight nights as well. So tons of fun stuff going on over on the Patreon. But we just wanted to say how much we thank you guys and how much we appreciate you guys. And we just get to have so much fun with y'all, and we love it. So D Willett, who else is in here?
Oh, hold on. We got some more.
Julian said I got the last name right. Yeah.
Wayne, we said that.
Yeah,
Gizzy,
Team Dara.
Marco Suarez.
Yeah, hey, by the way, guys, the Average Drinker is part of a collective effort with ADHD Whiskey and a few other people as well. And they're putting on this thing to help with some of the stuff that's going on in Colorado. So be sure to check out her Instagram at The Average Drinker, and it'll give you links to donate and get bottles and all that stuff. So good transition for us to talk about the giveaway that we're doing tonight.
Okay.
This is just for fun. It's not for charity, although we are right here at the beginning of the year. And as you guys know, like we've said, every October, we're doing a charity fundraiser for mental health. Yep. And this past October, we raised $15,000. I'd love to.
Awesome.
That's unreal. Exceeded everything we possibly could have imagined. I'd love to set those sites even higher.
Thank you, Dieter.
For this coming year. So if you want to be involved in that and you have any bottles that you run across over this year that you might want to donate to that cause to raise money for To Write Love on Her Arms, to help people with mental health and like real help, like they get money into people's like they help people directly with the money. It's not just for advocacy or awareness. Like it actually really does help people who need it. So if you want to get involved in that, think about it.
Thinking about it. We're letting you know now. It's, you've got like 9 months to prepare. So
and email us at stuffandwhiskey if you do want to donate a bottle for that. We can just earmark it on the side.
Before we get into the giveaway, Dieter asked how we feel about getting a couple challenges sent our way. Challenges in what way?
It's so funny. So
that's
by the way,
very nondescript.
Dieter, thank you for the super chat. And I'm always down. I like it for the fun. Erin is super competitive and I'm not.
Thank you, Wendell.
Thank you, Wendell.
And thank you,
Troy Tools in there.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys so much. So yeah.
I am super competitive. I don't like to lose. So if there's a challenge I can't win, I don't want to do it.
Yeah. We're always down for a challenge. Erin, it's so funny. We were just joking about it that like I get to keep up with all the stuff that I like. And then I also get to keep up with all the stuff she likes as well. Cause she just doesn't care all that much about distilleries or, like she doesn't nerd out on that aspect of it. For you, it's more about the community.
It's more about the people and the conversations. And so that's what I remember rather than like, if we've had a certain drink before and I liked it, I have to ask him. I'm like, did I like that last time we had it?
Yeah. Or that like even Knob Creek is a Jim Beam distillery product. Like you really couldn't care less.
That's not going to stick.
Yeah. But if you have a glass of Knob Creek with somebody and have a really great time, then you're all about that.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
She doesn't dig that, but she's really good at proof. And we just actually
on accident.
Time out.
Okay.
We just had a competition over on our Patreon, 12 Days of Christmas.
We did.
And you mopped the floor with me.
It was looking a little close for a bit. I was getting scared. Like day 10 and 11, I
was clawing my way back.
Yeah, but then, or maybe 9 and 10.
It didn't.
And then 11 and 12, I just came right in there for the win.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the giveaway.
All right. Yeah. So let's talk about the giveaway. So one of the things we're going to talk about tonight, because it's January and we're coming into the new year, and we just finished big allocation season in everybody's market. So we are going to, and you can just let the ticker run.
Okay.
So we got 2 bottles, and these are part of the, if you go to Facebook, if you're on Facebook at all, I'm on there just for whiskey groups. But like one of the groups, Natural Bourbon Social Club, is my home on Facebook. Mm-hmm. But the other group that I do participate in and really enjoy is Bourbon Life under $60. And then there's a special reserve community involved with that. That's like a Patreon community as well.
Real quick.
And they do live streams.
Let's shout her out before she leaves.
Oh, okay.
She's not feeling so hot.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, Trish, get some rest. Take care of yourself.
We're
thinking about you guys.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry.
So as part of that, one of the people that is heavily involved over there, Josh Smith, is also one of our patrons. And he had some bottles in his possession that he thought we would enjoy. So he sent them over. So we're trying those tonight. And we're also giving some of it away to you guys.
I'm excited to try this.
The first one is going to be the travel exclusive non-chill filtered rare breed.
Oh, I'm so excited.
You guys know how much we like rare breed. So yeah. this puppy, I didn't realize these were a liter.
So this is it in this glass?
Yes, this is in the rightmost glass.
And we're giving this away in the giveaway tonight.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're going to do a 6-pour flight.
Well, a sample of this, not this whole bottle.
Yeah. So we're going to do a 6-pour flight. And this bottle is going to have 2 other samples that go with it. And it's going to be the standard rare breed, and it's going to be a Russell's Reserve Nashville Bourbon Social Club pick for a local restaurant that they did in conjunction with, and it is outstanding. So this is going to be a great little 3 sample blind, but then part 2 of that's coming through is going to be this Knob Creek 15-year 8-month pick. And this is Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, single barrel select. All these are 120 proof.
Is this also from Josh too? Or?
Yes, this is also from Josh as well. Bourbon Life Under 60 and Bourbon Life Special Reserve. So this right here, when we really got nerdy into the game, a lot of these 14 and 15-year Knob Creek picks have gone the way of the dodo. So we didn't really get a chance to try any of them. So I think the oldest Knob Creek pick we've ever tried is in the 10-year range. So this one is going to be included, and it's going to be matched up with one of the best Knob Creek picks we've ever had. That's in that 9 to 10-year range. That's beat so many other things in blind flights for us.
Yeah.
And a 2016-01 Booker's, the Bluegrass batch, because it's the newer Bookers are kind of all nutty most of the time, and then the older Bookers have a little bit more of a fruit element. So I think that this older pick with a newer pick and Bookers will be fun. Yep. And then you also get the rare breed non-chill filtered with the regular rare breed, yep, and then a really cool Russell's pick. So that is what's for the giveaway tonight, and every $5 entered will go into that. Now, if we have a mod that can keep track of the chats, that would be great.
I haven't seen one in the comments yet, but if you're a mod, you can keep track. Let us know.
If we don't, I have a computer that I can type everybody's name in.
We have a few questions.
Let me drop some bottles off.
Do we want to sip these and answer some questions?
Yes, let's do that. So hey, cheers.
Oh, cheers.
And cheers to you guys.
Cheers.
3K.
Cheers.
With some rare breed non-chill filtered.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited.
Oh, smells like rare breed.
Smells good.
Smells like
There's a little bit of funk on it.
Smells like everything right in the world.
Chris Thomas asked what the best bourbon you had last year and what are you looking forward to this year? I think we did a video about that, didn't we?
We have a video coming up about our favorite bourbons.
Thank you, the average drinker.
Yeah, thanks, Dara. So let me get in here.
Doug Tucker, thank you.
I want to make sure we're not losing our super chats here. So I have a system.
And Kathy.
All right, let's get these in here. So Eric's in for 50, Kathy's in for 25.
Well, there's a bunch that just went away.
Dara, you can scroll up.
Well, hold on. Let's see if we have a mod.
I haven't seen any mods tracking, but that's all right. So if you actually will just give us a second chat, let's scroll all the way up to the top and make sure we have all the super chats accounted for. So I want to get into this rare breed.
Okay, yeah, sip it.
Let me get Richie in. Yeah. He's in for 10. Got you in there.
Oh. So non-chill filtered means it's supposed to be more oily. Look at me knowing stuff. Marcos, get Marcos.
Ooh.
This is, man. I feel like the flavor is more like punchy.
Yeah, sometimes I'll have rare breed and it just, the cinnamon aspect of it really comes through strong for me. And it's definitely doing that for me tonight. The cinnamon is really there.
I like it. What's the proof on this?
116.8. Same as the other rare breed. So yeah, this is fantastic. I mean,
this is really good.
Is it any better than the other rare breed? I don't know. We're not sipping them side by side, but it's really good. And I'm very excited for whoever wins the flight tonight for them to be able to try this next to the regular rare breed.
At all.
And you guys already know, like we're gonna put this in our blind sample pool against the regular rare breed. So when it pops up, it'll pop up blind, and
we won't know what we're drinking. Which we had. I'm not going to give away a super big spoiler, but we had a major upset in one of our filming episodes we filmed yesterday. So that's not going to come out until February, probably.
Yeah.
But let's just say your girl wasn't super happy. Did you get that?
I got Dara. I got Kathy. Are we caught up on these?
Oh, Scott. Thank you, Scott.
Oh,
That's
no.
a new one.
Okay. Yeah.
And,
All right. Well, hey.
Troy again. Thank you, Troy.
Adriana's tracking.
Oh,
so
Adriana.
Thank you so much. I had the spreadsheet going, but if you've got it, I'm gonna shut this bad boy down and just enjoy the stream.
Adriana. So no, Eric was the first one.
Eric was the first. So if you've got that, you've got them all.
Thank you, Troy.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Adriana.
I was happy to track, but it's fine if I don't.
It's better when you do less.
That spreadsheet.
Because Josh can't multitask.
Adriana has like this magical spreadsheet, and it makes life amazing for giveaways. Yeah. So, all right. So this is a strong thumbs up for me.
Oh yeah.
On the non-chill filtered rare breed.
Yeah.
Oh,
for sure,
man. So this was funny over the holidays. I do want to answer that question about what the best pour we had in 2021 was. Okay. But over the holidays, over the 12 days of Christmas and kind of around there as well, we got some samples from Experienced Whiskey, old guy now, Barry Hawk.
I'm going to call him an Experienced. I want to call him by his old name.
And he gave us, I think it was like the last 2 generations of rare breed. So the current is like 116.8. And then the previous generation was like 112-ish. Mm-hmm. And then the generation before that was like 108 proof. And we tried them on one of our Patreon videos, and it was funny. I actually enjoyed the newest version, the 116.8 proof, the most personally. The 112 had a little bit more oak. The 108 had a little bit more cherry. I think it's just what's the word I'm looking for? Like a familiarity, I just have a penchant for that cinnamon that's on the new rare breed, and the other ones didn't have as much of that. So I think I like the extra proof and the extra cinnamon on the new one.
Thank you, Wildlife and Whiskey. He said, just found us not long ago. One of the most enjoyable channels on YouTube.
Thanks so much, man.
That's so nice.
And thank you, Mike Lawson, for the super chat. Troy Toole. Yeah, I'm super happy for whoever wins this flight. Yeah, so we'll stream till hey, Will Henderson's in here. What's up, Hendo? Thanks, man. So we are gonna run about our typical live streams, about 2 hours, and we'll run this giveaway.
My bedtime's 10.
Yeah, we'll give this.
John, Top Dog knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, our bedtime's 10 o'clock.
Yeah. And 10's a stretch. But yeah, so it's 8:18 here. So right around the hour and 50-minute mark, hour 55, we'll do a last call to hour 50, and then we'll run the giveaway and see who we're getting some fun whiskey into their hands.
Oh, Barry said I can still call him by his old name.
Yeah.
Or I could just call you by your real name.
What's up, Biking Bourbon? So, all right, that's the rare breed.
Rare breed.
Non-chill filtered.
So good.
Absolutely.
Love it.
We're going to get over to the Knob Creek before we get into 2 blind head-to-heads that were given to us by our friend Scott Kading. And he gave these to us like a long time ago. And
it's taken us a while to get to it.
It has. We've had so much stuff going on, but we can't wait to get into them. Scott he's a shiesty one. He had some trickery up his sleeve.
He likes a little trickery.
He gave us the last blind head-to-head he gave us was William Heavenhill 13-year bottle and bond against JTS Brown. Same distillery, both 100 proof. It was a ton of fun to do that and not know what they were, double blind. So, what was I saying?
Let's try Knob Creek.
Let me check my notes. Yeah, let's try Knob Creek because that's part of the giveaway.
Ooh, this smells good.
Oh, man.
So
Joe Carter's in the chat.
I think
finally home from Florida.
I think we can. I don't know if we have any other questions. If you have asked a question and I haven't seen it, ask it again, please.
Yeah.
If you don't mind.
Can we answer the best? I think the best pour of 2021 for you was probably Seagrass. You were in love with Seagrass.
That was a surprise, like in the best possible way. Barrel Seagrass, yeah.
Okay, I'm on this 15-year, 8-month Knob Creek pick.
It smells.
It's not as oaky as you would think. It's actually more fruity than most of the Knob Creek picks I've had. Less nutty.
It just smells like a log cabin, and I'm here for it.
I'm getting that kind of dark cherry note, the black cherry note that I get in some of the Knob Creek picks. Let's get into the palate.
Okay. Okay. It kind of has like a cola taste.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Like a cherry Coca-Cola.
Yeah, like but semi-flat.
Yeah.
It's semi-flat. It's not super effervescent, but
so Adriana said that we sent her a Frugal McDougal Knob Creek pick, and it was very delicious. So one of the other Knob Creek store pick that will be in here against this 15-year 8-month is going to be that Frugal McDougal pick that we sent Adriana. That was one of the few things we've bought a backup bottle of because we liked it so much. But this is like I'm used to Knob Creek picks like really coming through with a big flavor punch.
Yeah, this isn't as punchy as the rare breed was.
I was a little worried. I was like, man, 15 years, 8 months, it's going to be overly oaky and kind of bitter. But
so is that what happens when it's older?
It can. Okay. It can, but this isn't that. This is like it's that extra age has rounded the profile out and just it's a really, really flavorful sipper. So this is quite good.
It is good.
I am loving this.
Up.
I don't know which one I like more. Do you like the rare breed or Knob Creek?
I like the rare breed more, but that's just because I know what it is, and that's a bias, and I'm okay with it right now.
Man, I don't know.
I just the flavor concentration that's in the rare breed without being offensive is just it's hit me right tonight. It's right up my alley.
They're both really good.
They are both really good.
I think I might like the rare breed a smidge more.
They're both really good.
I think I might like the rare breed a smidge more.
Yeah.
But they're both fantastic. So I'm so happy for whoever wins.
Has anyone else had the non-chill filtered rare breed before?
And have you tried it against the regular rare breed? And what did you think?
Yeah. I want to do that now at some point.
Yeah.
Try it against regular.
So I would say my best pour for 2021, as far as bottles we were actually able to acquire, it might be Seagrass for me too. John, thank you so much, man.
Thank you, John.
Dude, thank you so much. I would probably say it might. Oh, you know what? No, it's not. It's Barry Hawk gave us a sample of the Old Forester 117 series. That's what it's called, the High Angel Share specifically. We also got to try a sample of Warehouse K from some local trading and friends and things like that. But my goodness, that Old Forester. I'm
sorry, I'm
getting distracted by chat.
I'm getting distracted by chat.
Well, I saw Renee, and she loves that Jack Daniel's rye, and that's
it's good.
We're actually going to talk about that here in a minute.
Scott's in the house. Hey, Scott.
ADHD Whiskey's in the house.
Look who it is.
Let's pull an all-nighter. I mean, 10 o'clock is an all-nighter for us.
Yeah. Party.
So I would say that 117 High Angel Share, like it had such a amazing flavor profile. Like it was almost a perfect pour for me. I really, really enjoyed that. But we didn't get a bottle of that. As far as bottles we got, we're doing a video. The video's coming out on that. As far as the best thing I got to try, technically, this was after the new year, but I was hanging out with John, Renee, Pete, and John got a King of Kentucky. And we opened that thing up. And King of Kentucky is kind of like a grail pour for me, guys. Like, in my mind, it's everything that I want bourbon to be.
When you tasted it, was it everything you wanted it to be?
So Julie Like is in the chat. What's up? Thanks for joining in.
Hey.
John White's here. So yeah, I had high hopes for King of Kentucky, tempered expectations because I didn't want to be disappointed, and I didn't think it was gonna, I didn't want it to let me down.
Right.
And it lived up to everything I wanted it to be. I'm not saying I'm going to go buy a bottle on secondary for over $1,000. That's what people pay for it.
That just made my heart hurt.
Yeah, but boy, there's a few bottles that I've tried that really make me think like I might.
I'm glad you got to try it.
I might spend some serious money.
I'm finishing rare breed.
I might spend some serious money on a bottle of King of Kentucky one day. I would say like it's up there to me with Booker's Rye as like a very, very memorable pour.
Oh, thank you, Renee.
Renee, yes. So yeah, she let John touch her bottle of King of Kentucky.
Basically.
So yeah, but honestly, talking about that Old Forester 117 High Angel Share, it had a very similar flavor profile to King of Kentucky, not the concentration, but that a very similar flavor profile with the cherry and the oak. Doug Chrishope's in the house. What's up, man?
Aiden's here, I think.
Nathan Tuck.
Thank you, Nathan.
Aiden, what's up? Thank you so much, man.
Thank you, guys. I thought I saw Aiden.
Oh, I think he's there. He's there. We're learning how to keep up with chat. So what else? We've got that's our giveaway. Our in memoriam segment. So we want to do these on every live stream. It's like, what bottles have we finished this month since the last live stream, and would we rebuy them or not? So We have quite a few because we had a lot of things that got really low.
And so we needed to finish them to make room for new bottles.
And what tends to happen around here is that once bottles get low, I kind of just like shove them aside because I'm like, I don't know when I want that. But now that we're doing this segment and we're running out of space, I'm having, there's the impetus for us to finish bottles. So Joe Groans in the chat, Tim Evans.
Said Booker's Rye compared to the King. No way, Joe.
No, Booker's Rye is still the #1 best pour I've ever had in my life. It's phenomenal. King of Kentucky is very close. So let's start with our first in memoriam, and this is going to be Kentucky Par. Base Vol with the super chat. Thank you, man. Tighten up. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So Kentucky Par, I don't know how many markets this is in. This is a 12-year-old sourced bourbon, likely from Barton, and it's 100 proof. It's about $120, so you're kind of paying that $10 per year of age. We didn't buy this bottle full. This was actually given to us by the Warehouse B crew. I think this one came from Brian, the bourbon engineer in the chat, Brian Ware. We got it with like a couple pours left in the bottom, and he had a backup. So he's like, here you go. Instead of pouring a sample bottle, he's like, here, just take the bottle, which is cool because it's a good looking bottle. And this is actually coming up in one of our first sip segments on one of our episodes, like any week now.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to go deep into it, but this is kind of off profile for Barton. I can understand why they sourced it out. 100 proof, almost any 100 proof for $120 is kind of a hard sell for me. But it was very good and it is very different. So we really did enjoy it. It kind of threw us for a loop when we tried it. And the more time I spent with it after the filming, I was like, oh, it's like, I thought I was getting some earthiness. It's actually nuttiness, and nuttiness is a little bit of a blind spot for me.
Josh has been on a nuttiness kick lately.
Yeah, but this was a very fun pour. Matthew Parks is in the chat.
Thank you,
Christina. All right, let's put this aside.
Subscribed. Did you just go ahead and do it, Matthew?
So this is an in memoriam.
Okay.
Would not rebuy, but we're very happy to try it and really did enjoy it.
For sure.
Next up is just a plain old Elijah Craig 94 proof store pick. But I think it's valuable to talk about the small batch and the small batch single barrel store picks, in that these are great pours when you're early in your whiskey journey, but I don't think we're going to be rebuying any of the regular small batch. We will opportunistically buy store picks just to see how the flavor profile is, especially if we can try it before we buy it. But it's kind of a just okay. It's kind of a maybe for us. Next up, this is going to be a quick one. We finished off another Knob Creek pick. At almost every live stream where we talk about in memoriam, you might see a Knob Creek pick empty or a rare breed empty. So we finished this one off.
There's a high probability.
This was great. We're absolutely buying Knob Creek picks again.
Yep.
Let's do this. Evan Williams single barrel. This is one of our favorite sub 100 proof pours. Like when you think about like that easy sipping 90 proof pour.
Sorry, I'm going to show Matthew's comment. Thank you.
Yes, awesome. Thanks, man. This is like, it's just like a 90 proof easy sipping classic bourbon profile. Although it does come up in a blind head to head in a few weeks. And it threw us for a loop. I got some like barbecue sauce on the nose. Like there's like a brown sugar and
what was it against?
I think it was against Eagle Rare. That's coming down the pipeline.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it threw a curveball on us. Next up, we finished a bottle of Blanton's, and I know you're thinking that bottle's not empty, but
this is the new bottle.
No. This is
This is the old bottle, but you put stuff in it.
Yeah, I actually was down to here on it, and the last time I poured this was like Super Bowl of last year, other than our blind head-to-heads.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that Blanton's probably is good, right? And I poured it, and I didn't want to finish the glass. So we were down to the last pour in here, and I just turned it into an infinity bottle. So I have about 6 different Buffalo Trace 90 proof store picks. Mm-hmm. I put those in here. I have an Eagle Rare and an Eagle Rare store pick. I put both those in here. E.H. Taylor Small Batch went in here. Weller Special Reserve, Weller 107, Weller Full Proof. What else went in here? Oh, and then we have Stag Junior's batch 15, 14, and 17. And all of those went in here as well. So everything that was 100 proof and under 4 ounces went in. I'm sorry. Everything that was 100 proof and under 2 ounces went in, and everything that was over 100 proof, 1 ounce went in, except for Stag Junior 17, which I put 2 ounces in. So it's like a Buffalo Trace Infinity bottle,
here.
kind of.
I stole my wife's phone to comment. I only have so much time until she finds me.
Yeah.
Good luck.
So I actually want to try this real quick.
Oh, sorry.
I actually want to try this real quick. Do you want to try this? This Infinity bottle?
Sure. Yeah.
So that's you.
Tim is saying this, not Christina, because he stole his wife's phone.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do a little splash of this and see what the Infinity bottle's looking like now.
Okay.
The Buffalo Trace Infinity bottle.
It smells good.
Hey, would we buy Blanton's again or not? That's the whole point of this in memoriam segment.
Yeah.
We like to keep a bottle around for guests.
And I do like Blanton's.
Yeah.
Like, I like it well enough, but I'm not going to be sad if we don't ever get it.
Yeah. And it is a fun bottle to have around for matchups, mainly because we try to dispel a lot of the FOMO, not necessarily around like the stuff that is really phenomenal and exceptional that does stand out. We don't feel that Blanton's necessarily falls into that category. So it's fun to put into head-to-heads against other things and show that it doesn't stand out when we don't know we're drinking it. So I tested this right after I mixed it, like a couple days after, and the nose was great, but the palate was just all right. I think the proof point is falling around just north of 100. And coming off of that Rare Breed non-chill filtered and the Knob Creek 120 proof, I mean, probably a little bit of a letdown.
I feel like the nose is still really good.
Yeah, the nose is really good, really oaky.
Yeah.
Like sweet oak. You get the Buffalo Traceness in there, but it's more oaky than you typically get out of a lot of Buffalo Trace products. It's quite nice on the nose.
Yep. And Adriana entered to win doing a 6 sample blind flight tonight.
Yes.
It's going to have, you missed it earlier, Rare Breed, non-chill filtered. What else is in it? Knob Creek.
The regular Rare Breed and a great Russell's pick from our National Bourbon Social Club. And then
Knob Creek, the 15 year.
Yep. The 15.
See how much I remember.
The 15-year, 8-month Knob Creek pick that we got, plus the best Knob Creek pick, one of the best Knob Creek picks we've ever had. That's like the 9-10 year range.
Yeah.
And then a 2016-01 Booker's Bluegrass batch.
Yes. So any super chat, every $5 of a super chat gets you entered into the giveaway to win that flight. So if you missed it earlier, now you're in the know. Exactly.
Richie Z asked, who's the cook in the house?
Josh.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with it. He cooks, I clean.
Yeah. I hate cleaning, so I cook and she cleans.
Deal.
Yeah, I made meatloaf for dinner tonight. I found a great meatloaf recipe.
Oh my gosh.
The meatloaf.
It was comfort food.
It was very good.
At its finest.
Next up in memoriam, we finished off Maker's 46 cash strength and Maker's Mark FAE 01. These are interesting bottles. Pretty much everything in this shape we like to have from Makers, like we'll buy picks and things like that. I'm so glad 46 cash strength is a regular offering because it is really good. And the last 2 pours out of these 2 bottles I blinded and hands down preferred the 46 cash strength. FAE 01 is really good, and we actually do have a backup bottle of it. However, we got that backup bottle before FAE 02 came out, and we prefer FAE 02. So honestly, I would just say, like, if I saw FAE 01 sitting on the shelf right now, I don't think I would buy it because I just prefer the darker flavor profile of FAE 02.
And I also do as well. So since we're both in agreement, it doesn't make sense to buy one.
But 46 cash strength, we have a backup bottle and are happy we do. Yeah. And we're so glad that Makers is making that a regular product. So those are those. This one right here, Liberty Not Licensed. What's up, man? Welcome.
Is that your alternate channel? I cook, she cleans.
Yeah.
Could be.
It could be. 4 Roses Small Batch Select. My journey with this whiskey has been a roller coaster. I got it. I opened it. I did not like it very much at all. And then I liked it even worse when I went back to it. And then I kind of liked it for a little bit. And then I started hating it again. And then as we got down low in this bottle, and it popped up in one of our blind head-to-heads against 4 Roses single barrel. And that'll be coming soon. And it was fantastic. But no spoilers, but I've come around on this stuff. We've emptied this bottle out, and I will not be waiting very long to replace it. The next time I'm at the store I'm buying a bottle
we'll be
of
getting
this.
another one. Yeah.
I think as I appreciate Rise more, that is a bottle that I absolutely want to have around.
He's coming around on Rise, y'all.
Yeah, because it's
wearing off on him.
If you really like a very classic bourbon flavor profile and
Matthew.
you don't like rye, don't go buy Small Batch Select for $60 because it's a very rye forward expression. But if you do like rye and you like bourbon, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Get it.
Also, people are letting us know that who cleans and who cooks.
Yeah.
So Matthew cleans. I think
Yeah.
I saw Nathan Tuck said, my wife cooks, I eat, and then I clean.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love cooking. I actually really enjoy cooking.
That's the thing is I don't get enjoyment out of cooking. I'm fine just eating a cereal every day because I don't have to cook it. But I love eating good home cooked food. So Josh enjoys it. So I let him have his fun. And then I don't mind cleaning up. I don't love cleaning up, but I don't mind it. So
Aiden said that he noted the spearmint note in Small Batch Select, and that's definitely there. And sometimes it hits me more than others.
And that might be why it turned you off at first. Yeah. Because you've gotten more into tolerating a rye forward profile the more you've had rye.
Yeah. And I was always a holdover saying that I would always go with the single barrel over the Small Batch Select for $10 less. And I preferred that flavor profile, but then actually having them both in a blind and not knowing either was that. I like them both.
Yeah.
Top Dog says he cooks, he eats, he drinks. I like that.
Liberty not licensed. I like to bake cookies and pies mostly. No reason.
So Whiskey Garden.
Don't need any reason to bake.
Whiskey Garden asked if we tried Rock Hill Farms or Caribou Crossing. No on Caribou Crossing. We've tried Rock Hill Farms at a bar once.
We meaning you or both of us?
No, it was at Bastion when we went for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they had some at the bar, and we got that, and we got Elmer T. Lee, which is a single barrel product. And we actually have Elmer T. Lee coming up in our first sip, different single barrel. We were in a bar format, so it's not like we really got to sit down and appreciate the glass like we do here. But I actually had the bartender pour one of each. They were like $13 a pour for each for a 2-ounce pour. And I had the bartender blind me on it. And I preferred Elmer over the Rock Hill. And people say I'm crazy for that, but I thought it was a more balanced profile. I did prefer the proof of the Rock Hill, but we're gonna.
I prefer sweet potatoes over regular potatoes. So sue me.
Dan L's in the chat. What's up, man? These are our last 2 in memoriam bottles, and you're probably like, why in the world are those on the table together? You'll find out in Tuesday's video.
Oh, but I know why they're together.
We were down to the very bottom of each of these.
Barry knows why we're there together too.
And these, oh man,
the feed is low def.
So we're on gigabit internet and we're plugged in to the router and everything.
What in the world?
So hopefully it will bounce back very quickly.
Let us know, please, if it bounces back.
It's so weird that it does that sometimes.
We're like literally connected through the Ethernet to the internet.
Yeah.
No Wi-Fi.
Yeah, gigabit. I mean, I think we need to upgrade our computer situation, but that's coming down the pipeline.
It's so frustrating. Sorry, guys, that it's blurry.
Give it a second to bounce back. Hopefully it will. These 2 right here are part of a blend that we ran across accidentally that also involves Woodford Reserve Double Oak. So we did 1910 versus Woodford Reserve Double Oak popped up in a blind head-to-head. And at the end of it, we mixed them together and thought they were better together than they were apart. And then all of a sudden we're like, okay, that's a great pairing. Let's add in some proof in the same flavor profile, which Jack Daniel's single barrel proof is Brown Foreman, kind of the similar flavor profile. Yeah. You add that in for a little bit of proof, just equal parts of 3. Fantastic blend. And then we were going on about it on our Patreon about how good this blend was. And then Barry, Experienced Whiskey Old Guy, sent us it as a blind sample.
In our 12 Days of Christmas, right?
And it completely blew us away. Like I didn't know what it was, but I was like, there's no way this is available. It's way too good. It was that blend. So
that blend is now our decanter blend.
Yeah. These 2.
Josh officially finished these bottles off so we could put it in our decanter.
So these are both buys. I can put them over here. These are both buy agains for us. No doubt individually they're both buys, but then to be able to make that blend out of them too, like you can't beat that. So I'm super happy with that blend.
So some people are saying it wasn't blurry. Some people are saying it was.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. Either way.
Our apologies if it is, but we're doing the best we can.
This streaming thing is for the youngsters.
So that's that. Let's get into our first blind head-to-head, and then we can talk about some other stuff while we're doing that. So
banana pancakes, Barry.
Yes. Yeah. So we call that blend Brown-Forman Banana Pancakes.
Yeah.
And she good.
Yeah. It's
really good. I have your glasses, por favor? All right. So this will be A1.
Okay.
And
so Bama Boys asked, do you blind them half and half? Are you?
Yeah. So with those,
or blend them half and half.
Three,
sorry.
It's equal parts.
So it's 1/3 Jack Daniel's, 1/3 Old Forester, and 1/3 Woodford Reserve.
Yeah. And we're using actually a store pick of Woodford Reserve and a store pick of Jack Daniel's. But the blend we got from Barry was just the off-the-shelf stuff, and I think it was actually even better than the blend that we did.
I thought his Jack Daniel's was a store pick.
No, it was just a standard, but it is a single barrel, so you'll get variants there.
Oh, okay.
So B1, right, A1 and B1.
Paul asked if we tried FAE01 and FAE02 blended.
One time we have, and I like FAE02 so much more than FAE01 now that they both opened up. And I think I like the blend better. I need to try the blend against FAE02, and the bottles that we have remaining, it may end up as a blend because it is really good blended.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. Do we miss anything in chat before we get into this?
I don't think so.
Oh boy.
Liberty Nut License got our tickets to Jack Johnson. Life is returning. Banana Pancakes is our jam.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to listen to Jack Johnson back in the day.
Oh man, when I first moved to California, I got a hemp necklace and I listened to Jack Johnson. I was so California for like a hot minute.
These are going to be very interesting. So we got a couple things we're going to do. Like we kind of think about like how can we make these live streams interesting, and talking to you guys is fun enough for us, but we also want to have talking points. So since we do these once a month and we have 4 topical episodes that come out that are conversational
in between each live stream,
we want those videos to kind of be the starting point of a conversation that we can then bring into the live streams once a month. And actually, rather than just commenting back and forth, we can actually like talk to you guys in real time and talk about things like things that we're talking about on the channel. So I think that's a really fun idea. And then also, like we said, it's allocation season. So we just finished allocation. We just finished allocation season.
Yeah.
So I think it would be fun to talk about like what we got. You know, we did the outgoing bottles. We can talk about the incoming bottles and talk to you guys about what you scored here during allocation season. Maybe like what your biggest win and like your biggest hit on scoring something, and then your biggest miss on like the one thing you wanted that you didn't get. So that can be fun to talk about. But before we get into that, we're going to get into this blind.
What is this? This smells sweet, like sweet, sweet heaven.
When she says that, it's not overly sweet. It's not like super sugary sweet.
No, it's not sugary sweet. It's like an appropriate level of sweetness.
It actually, yeah, I could smell this glass and know that you were going to like it. It has a very tempered sweetness and a little bit of like some kind of earthiness anchoring it down a little bit.
That's my jam. Tempered sweetness.
It might be rice spice.
I'm going to try it.
All right, let's get into the palate.
Oh, interesting. This tastes like a Kirkland's, and I feel like I've said that about one other thing.
There's Kirkland's bourbon that Costco sells.
Oh, Kirkland's the store.
The Christmas decorations.
Like Michael's craft store, Kirkland's.
Yeah, there is that sweetness there, but there's an earthiness there as well. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you for being part of 3K.
Yeah, thank you.
Hank Williams Jr. is in the house. Bocephus, what's up? Paul P's in the house.
So this is like a craft store. Like I love that.
I don't know if Scott's in the house or not, but if he is in the chat, show enough.
Ooh, I got a little sweet tea.
This might be a rye.
Oh, whatever this is, I want it.
Richie Z's asking when merch is available. We're working on it.
Oh,
we're working on it.
I'm working on it, and I've got some samples that I've been wearing out.
Yeah.
And testing things out, but they're not consistent enough yet for me to like push the button on it. So,
Brian Ware asked, "Hank, why does he drink?" Whiskey Still Farm said about Booker's Rye. Yeah, so Booker's Rye did a one-time limited release. I think it was around 2016 or so, and Prescription Bourbon's in the house. And that Booker's Rye limited release, like it came out in I think for $300 retail, and everybody was like, "What is Booker's doing? And why are we paying $300 for a rye from Booker's?" And like, I feel like I'm just going off what I heard. A lot of people didn't know what was going on with that. Like, why is it so high priced? And then people started trying it.
Why was it so high priced?
Well, people started trying it. It's fantastic. Rye's already an expensive grain, and it's high age, but my goodness, that rye knocked my socks off. It is so good. And it goes for secondary for like I think $4,000 is if you want a bottle.
Ape Star missed Coy Hill. We missed Coy Hill too.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about our biggest misses. We missed Coy Hill. We got
ECBP, Jack Daniels, but no big hitter bourbons. Barry said that he needs that bourbon journal in his life. Okay, I hear you, Barry.
Yeah,
I hear you and I see you.
So let's do this while we're sipping.
Okay, glass one.
Glass one's a thumbs up. Faux show.
Awesome.
While we're sipping on this, and before we get into some other topics, go ahead and start dropping them in the chat, guys. What was your biggest hit for 2021 during allocation season, and your biggest miss? For us, 100%, our biggest miss was Coy Hill.
We got to try it because we were given a sample of it. We tried it over.
I traded some samples. Okay. I traded some locally. I do a lot of sample trading locally. So
yeah, we tried it on our Patreon, right?
Yeah,
and we recorded it.
And it's actually public. It's one of the few Patreon
public videos,
uncut videos that is public. I wish it was with our new setup because it looks so much better.
Yeah.
But boy, it was so oily and viscous and concentrated flavors, and I really, really wanted a bottle. And everybody around here, like as soon as they hit stores, people were snagging them up for $70 and reselling them for $450, and then it jumped up to $550, and then it jumped up to $650, and I don't even know where it's at now. I just stopped looking. But I was really bummed about missing out on Coy Hill because it was good. We really, really enjoyed that.
Bama Boy said my biggest were 2 Weller 12s and a Weller Antique.
Nice. Yeah. We'll talk
Adriana. Not to be a jerk.
Yeah. Hey, I'm happy for you.
That's awesome. I'm happy for you too because it is so good. I'm glad you got it because it is amazing.
I would say our biggest hit, we did get a Stag Junior batch 17, which is no small feat. And it's from a local store that we're regulars at. And we've gotten 14 to 15 and they were $60. And so I just assumed 17 was going to be $60, but they are up to $100 now on 17. So that was a little bit of a bummer to have to pay more for it, but for that to have that around, I'm happy. That's kind of like
I'm already smelling glass 2.
That's a great. I'm looking at the table here. We got another bottle of Seagrass. That was a big hit for us.
We got that in like when we were visiting my family.
Yeah. We'll talk about that. And
we need to shout out the store we were at.
We will. And then I finally got a Weller Full Proof. I had actually jumped through many hoops, and thanks to local friends, Nate Souza and Cole Donay, and Cole actually let us borrow a bottle of Weller Full Proof to shoot B-roll of and take some samples out of, and I gave him some samples back. And we actually have Weller Full Proof in our blind sample pool in head-to-heads now, finally. So I can't wait for it to start popping up in some of the head-to-heads. It's a fun pour. So we got a couple different store picks, and we finally got one ourselves, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Jay Coates is in here. Bourbon's here.
Said who's tracking? I'm late.
Who's tracking? Adriana's tracking.
Adriana is.
Oh my goodness. Glass 2 is like.
It smells good. It smells a little bit like.
I think this is a rye.
Paint.
It smells okay. Yeah.
Like when you open up a can of paint to paint your house.
Yeah. Like somebody painted a room down the hall and you're smelling the wafting of the fumes. It has that smell.
Which doesn't entirely smell bad, if I'm being honest.
No, it's just like earthy and rye spicy. I can't wait to see what this tastes like.
Ooh. These are both good.
Oh man,
What are these?
that is oh my goodness. That is like, that's like Jolly Ranchers that got melted down into liquid form and put in an oak barrel. It is so sugary, Jolly Rancher sweet.
But
oh,
there's like a pepperiness too.
I'm not getting that. I'm not getting that at all. Oh wait, now that I'm talking, I'm getting a hug and I'm getting some of that,
like black pepper.
It's almost black pepper. Yeah. It's, to me, I call it barrel spice. I'm getting like an oaky spice on the back end.
Okay, this is good too.
Okay.
I definitely have a preference. This gets a thumbs up as well. Oh. But for me, glass one is,
I think on the nose I prefer glass one.
Sweet, sweet heaven.
Going from this back to glass one holds up. They're kind of different.
They're different. They're both really good.
This is like earthy, sweet, caramel, vanilla with a little bit of rye spice in there. I don't know if it's a rye, but like I'm getting that kind of spice sensation on the middle of my palate like I get with a lot of ryes. Glass two.
They're both good.
Glass two smells way more rye forward, way more earthy, way more sweet, sugary sweet, like a hard candy.
Matthew Parks almost got 2 bottles of Coy Hill.
Okay, your preference?
Glass one.
Close or not close?
They're different, and tonight glass one was just like where I wanted it to be.
Yeah,
but
it's hitting you right. Yeah,
but glass two is also really good.
Yeah, these are both strong thumbs up for me.
Yep.
I have a preference towards glass two.
Okay,
it's
interesting.
To get that sugary candy sweetness with that oak backbone isn't something I run across super often, and I really enjoy that. So let's find out what these are. A1 and B1.
All right.
Then we'll get to our next one. So somebody said Jack 10. We didn't get a bottle of that either. Whiskey Garden says Fourgate. Want a Fourgate. We want a Fourgate as well. We have a store here that does carry them.
Matt C found a few bottles of Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof Rye at MSRP.
Oh, man.
Sample A1. Rare breed barrel proof rye. Yes, it is.
So.
And I said it's
yeah.
like sweet, sweet heaven.
Yeah. So rare breed rye. We have a bottle, thanks to Dennis Weedman. And then when that bottle's gone, we're buying another. I don't want to spoil it. It's coming up in a head-to-head. Rare breed rye is really good.
Yes.
Especially for Scott paid $45 for it. It's $55 here in Nashville, but he probably got that in Ohio. Sample B.
Oh wow.
Willett Family Estate single barrel rye. All right. Picked by 404 Kitchen, which is here in Nashville.
Oh yeah, it's a restaurant.
It's a high rye. It is.
You picked the high rye.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm so proud of you.
It's a 5-year rye. He says it's so the mash bill 74% rye, 11% corn, 15% malted barley. It's 111.2 proof, so very close on the proof point.
Look at the price.
He wrote for his cost for a rare breed, my cost $45. His cost for all rye, my cost
too much.
Fair. That's something special.
Yeah.
I'm blown away by how much oak is on that thing.
I am blown away by them both, but I really liked Sweet Sweet Heaven glass.
Kudos to rare breed rye. Man, rare breed rye is something.
Hot diggity.
So, I mean, rare breed rye is like rare breed bourbon. It's something. It's kind of like a measuring stick rye.
Yeah. So good.
All right, let's put these aside.
Matt C. He said he did a blind with rare breed rye in Pikesville, and Pikesville won hands down.
Really?
Haven't we done a rare breed in Pikesville?
It's in our blind sample pool.
Oh.
We've done Pikesville versus New Riff single barrel rye.
Garden.
And then I think so there was like a triangle situation going on where Pikesville, rare breed rye, and New Riff single barrel proof rye are all around that $50 price point. And so like all those matchups are in our blind sample pool against each other. And here very recently, Pikesville versus New Riff popped up and rare breed rye versus New Riff popped up. But rare breed rye versus Pikesville has not yet popped up.
It'll be interesting.
That's the nature of the blind sample pool.
Prescription Bourbon said I was in Tennessee for 3 weeks. But Jack Daniel's 10 hit the week after I was gone.
It was hard to get your hands on around here. Everybody bought it up and started flipping it. Some guy even got arrested. Some guy had like 6 bottles of it or something, and he tried to sell it on Craigslist of all places.
Oh, dang.
And yeah, Tennessee Alcohol Beverage Commission took him down.
Got him.
He's like the 3rd guy locally that's got popped on secondary selling stuff.
That's some sketchy stuff.
Joe Carter says his best pickups of the year were Old Forester Single Barrel Barrel-Proof Rye. Yes. Wild Turkey Masters keep decades. Ooh, a Dusty Beam. 14-year Knob Creek pick. Oh, yeah. Those are great.
Yeah.
So Aiden says Jack 10 is fine. We tried Jack 10 as a warm-up pour to Coy Hill on that video that we did on our Patreon. And the Jack Daniel's 10 was very good. But I have had Jack Daniel's single barrel 94 proof pick, like not even picks.
Can I have your Red Reed?
No, I'm going to drink that. We have the bottle.
Okay.
But the what was I saying?
I'm sorry, I don't know. I have a 1-track mind.
We got 2 more. Yeah, she's got a 1-track mind towards Rare Breed right now. What was I saying? Oh, I've had just 94 proof single barrels from Jack Daniel's that are really good as well. So I'm not 100% convinced Jack 10 is worth all the hype. And I've had some of those 94 proof Jack Daniel's single barrels that are like a literal banana split, like with the ice cream and all they're so good.
So okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep up with the chat.
So this is funny because I typically don't like the Willet 4-year small batch ryes.
Yeah.
But these single barrel Willet ryes are a different ball game. And I actually was hanging out with our buddy Miles, and he let me try Pappy 15. He's a bourbon broker. Was a bourbon broker. He let me try Pappy 15, and then the next pour he poured me was a Willet Family Estate 6-year single barrel rye. And that Willet was good.
Yeah. Oh, this is a good one. That Liberty Nut license. We talk about that in an upcoming video. The secondary market.
Yeah, we do talk about this a little bit because I'm part of a couple of Facebook groups in whiskey for just fun enjoyment, local groups, and that Bourbon Life Under 60. I'm also part of the bigger groups, and those are also good but different. And I pick up a lot of stuff in there. So like I see a lot of people talk about secondary, but then I see a lot of other people complain about stores price gouging. So we got a video coming out about that. Like, I mean, within the next couple of weeks. So keep an eye on the channel for that. And we'll discuss that video on the February live stream.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some of the bottles that we did pick up real quick. Chris R says 720p. Yeah, we're in 720p. We really need to upgrade our computer so we can stream in 1080. We're on gigabit internet with a Cat 8 Ethernet cable, so we really should be fine. But our laptops are outdated.
Yep.
We are not working with modern equipment. I'm on a mid 2012 MacBook Pro that's been upgraded to the hilt for photography work.
2 laptops, but they've both been given to me.
Yeah, they're like work laptops.
They were like work laptops.
Yeah, so we're working on upgrading our computer situation as soon as humanly possible. But the internet's fast. We want to be streaming in 1080p. All right, let's talk about what we got. This allocation season was so freaking funny for me. I didn't grab the bottle, unfortunately. Probably the very first bottle I got out of allocation season was High West Midwinter Night's Dram Act 9. And we had 8 and 7, and we tasted all 3 of them on a Patreon video, and we both agreed that we preferred Act 9, and then Act 7, and then Act 8, the least favorite of all. It was the most port forward, and Act 9 was the most rye forward, and 7 was kind of in between. Act 9 was great. We'll talk about some of these bottles I'm about to show you guys. I traded away 7 and 8 for other bottles, open bottles from other local people that I know and trust, and did some wheeling and dealing to get some things I like more because we don't tip into midwinters too much. But that was technically the first bottle, and shout out to Chris over at Bourbon of the Week. He actually helped us get that because we never even saw it in our market.
Yeah.
But he was able to grab a couple of bottles in his market, and he hooked us up with one of those. So shout out to Chris. He's actually going to be on our blind flight night tomorrow.
What?
So that's a Patreon only thing, but we're a small Patreon community right now. So it's trickling down to public availability. So that's going to be so fun to do
Or it
tomorrow.
did trickle down, but now it's sold out.
Yeah, it's sold out now. All the allocation bottles I got this season are like all the stuff that everybody hunts for. And that I honestly, personally, really don't care about all that much. But I grabbed them because they're good to have around for guests. Or we might put some of them in our charity giveaway. If we don't get in, depending on what bottles we get over the course of the year, we might put some of these in there. So yeah, they're just fun to have around. And I'll tell you guys how much we paid for these, how we got them. I think that would be a fun thing as well. So we got an Eagle Rare, and this is pretty rare in a lot of markets. I used to buy Eagle Rare in the mid-teens, and then it went away, and I lost zero sleep over it. It's a good bottle.
So did it used to be more available?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, things have gotten hyped up. I got this through just local store relationship. We're running low on our bottle, and I was like, hey, you got one of these? And he's like, yeah, when I get one in, I'll put one aside for you. So paid $37.99 for this. So
is that retail?
Yeah.
Is that what
no, it should be like $33. He marked it up like $5.
Okay. So basically,
around about.
Basically retail.
Yeah. So not bad. I wouldn't pay more than like $40-$45 for an Eagle Rare.
Yeah.
Glad to have it. So that was allocation score along with the High West.
Okay.
A local place here had a big raffle, or not raffle. They had a big like camp out overnight thing. And you can go through the line multiple times. And so people started camping out the night before, and then they kept going through the line. And I didn't even bother with it. I got off work the next day. I went by there. Like, people started camping out Monday night at 9 p.m. When they closed, the line started at like 8 a.m. the next day. I got off work at like 5 and went by there. And the guy in front of me had gone through the line 4 times.
Oh my gosh.
And he camped out overnight.
Oh, wow.
And the first bottle he got was a Stag Junior, which I got through relationships, and we'll talk about that here in a second. But by the time I got there, they were, instead of buying only one item, they let you buy 2. So I got there. They had a few things. I already had a couple of things that I already owned them, and I didn't want backups.
Yeah.
We needed some Blantons for the channel for things. So
Hot Buttery Roll said congrats on 3K.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Dude, Chris at Hot Buttery Rolls, first off, the most witty guy. Him and Matt Porter and whiskeychannel.com are like the 3 most witty channels out there. The humor is just off the charts.
Yeah.
But he was a big part. He was our very first live stream. We went on his show.
And we had
terrible audio.
We had Apple AirPods. We were sharing Apple AirPods.
Yeah. It was
like in
it was
Josh's
scratching
mic.
my beard, and it was the audio was awful.
Lord have mercy.
We were a hot mess. And so he was a big part of us growing, because he gave us some shine when we were just itty bitty channel. So this stuff though, I got there. The guy in front of me was going through the line for his 4th time. I got up there. They had other stuff, but I was like, you know what? I never see Blanton's. I hate asking my local store for it. I'd rather somebody that's excited about it buy it. I'm not really excited about it.
I like Blanton's.
There were 2 sitting there. I went ahead and there were actually quite a few there, but I grabbed 2 Blanton's. They were $80 a piece, which killed me because I really think it's like $30 whiskey in a $30 bottle. But I bought them because that's what they are in the national market now. They're $80. Or they're $90, $95 if you go on local secondary, and I didn't want to deal with all that. So I picked them up because they're great to use for, like I said, blind head-to-heads and have for guests. So we're set on Blanton's for it took us a year and a half to get through our last bottle because we just don't ever drink it. So
well, maybe one of them can be in the charity fundraiser.
Yeah. So, and that's the other reason I picked it up, because I was thinking about that as well. Then Stag Junior Batch 17. This was a pickup. Again, relationship through a local store. He got it in. He's like, hey, I got my stuff for the end of the year. Like, do you want a Weller 12? You want Stag Junior? Stag Junior all day. Batch 17, 16 and 17 hit the local market at the same time. Oddly enough, we didn't get any Stag Junior 16 in the summer. They both hit different stores. I got 17. Yeah. I really like this. This tastes like a cask strength Eagle Rare. The flavor profile is the same, but it's cask strength, and you get all that extra.
Did you see this? That Chris said that I'm lucky that the cashier at my local Winn-Dixie calls me with Eagle Rare and Blanton somewhat regularly.
That's awesome.
They sell them at Winn-Dixie?
Some states do, yeah, grocery stores.
They don't do that here in Tennessee.
I mean, I used to keep Eagle Rare around, and Blanton's is a great bottle to have around.
I'm saying they don't sell liquor at the grocery stores in Tennessee.
Oh yeah, that's just not a thing here.
Yeah.
But this was through relationships. Like I said, it was $100. I think I've paid 60, 60, and 100 for the last 3 that I've got. Yeah. So I wouldn't be jazzed to pay too much more than that, but I really like 17. 15 or 17 are my 2 favorites. I feel like everybody is like batch 12, 14, or 16. They love that flavor profile, or they love 13, 15, 17.
Aiden, Winn-Dixie's a grocery store.
Yeah. All right. So, like I said, the store owner, he was like, you can get a Weller 12 or a Stag Junior.
Let's bust out the second thing.
Yeah, let's get that. And by the way, check the giveaway ticker down below. Every super chat of $5 gets entered in to get
you an entry into the giveaway for a 6 sample flight that
includes regular rare breed and the non-chill filter travel exclusive rare breed and a Russell's Reserve single barrel group pick that's fantastic, and a Knob Creek 15-year 8-month pick, Pearl Harbor Hawaii pick, and then also one of the best Knob Creek like 9-10-year picks we've ever had, and a Booker's Bluegrass 2016-01.
Yes. So every $5 gets you an entry into that giveaway
to get that 6-pour
in case you missed it earlier.
Flight.
Yep.
So this was really funny because the local store owner was like, you know, do you want Weller 12? I know you said you didn't have one of those, or do you want the Stag Junior? And part of me wanted the Weller 12 for the channel to do stuff with, but selfishly, like I personally wanted the Stag Junior because it's one of the I'm not huge on Buffalo Trace stuff, but Stag Junior is one of the Buffalo Trace products that I really do personally enjoy. So I took the Stag Junior thinking like, all right, well, I guess I'll just keep on not having a Weller 12. And then we're on our way to your families in central Illinois, and we're going by what we would call here in Tennessee, we'd call it Lebanon.
But it's Lebanon.
But
it's in southern Illinois, right?
It's kind of, central.
Southern central?
Yeah, southern central. It's not too far from St. Louis.
Okay.
You know, it's not too far.
Thank you.
It says, don't mention it again, please.
Can't promise that, but we might not. I don't know.
So
some people got in late.
We're driving through Lebanon, and it's just a strip. It's literally like a 1-stoplight town, and it's actually not even a stoplight. It's just a 4-way. There's a stoplight.
There's a 4-way stop, and then a stoplight.
Yeah. So we go by there, and we just drop in by chance Christmas Eve, and they actually have really good prices on stuff.
Yeah.
And we got
we met this really nice guy D who works there.
Yep. We got a barrel seagrass there, $80. Here in Nashville, it's 90 to 105 everywhere. Yeah. We got a backup. We have a bottle of this already. We love this stuff. We got a backup bottle of this, which was one of our big scores for the year. We love it. It's on everybody's list for good reason.
So good.
I feel like it's one of those pours that like you either love or you hate, but I love this.
Same, bro. Same.
So we bought that, and then they had like Sazerac rye for a really fair price, which is whatever, but you know, around here in Nashville, it's hard to find. What else did they have? They had some Smoke Wagon. They had some Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. They had some, and everything was really fairly priced. But I passed on the Weller 12 to get the Stag Junior, and then they had a package deal, which typically I kind of don't like those because they try to give you like something that they can't sell packaged in with an allocated bottle. Yeah. And Weller 12 on the local secondary market goes for about $250, $225, $250. I'm not paying that for it, but they had a package deal that had Starlight Apple Brandy Finished Bourbon. So this
sounds amazing.
$70 bottle. I would prefer this to be the finished rye. I just prefer finished ryes to finished bourbons as much as I like bourbons.
Mr. Rye Guy. You can't call yourself not a rye guy anymore, I don't think.
They had Funny enough, we're in Central Illinois, and I'm buying Nashville Barrel Company rye, but this is their small batch rye, and this one doesn't say it on it. This is batch 2, but batch 1 was a mix between 4 and 7 year MGP rye, and it's 100 proof. That's a $60 bottle. So
thank you, Matt. He said our blind videos are second to none.
Thanks,
you,
man.
We have so much fun filming those.
They're the best. We love blind tastings.
Like we have fun filming them, like doing it, but then we also have fun being together doing it because of our reactions.
Absolutely. So and then the Weller 12. So they had this package deal there for $220. 70, 60, and then this ended up being about 90. So,
Adriana said you're such a traitor getting into rye. He's not a traitor. He's just coming over to the dark side.
Yeah.
Hank Williams Jr. asked, "What's one bottle you really want?"
I mean,
I don't know.
Okay,
I can't answer that. I'll let Josh answer
absolute Grail level: Booker's Rye, King of Kentucky, Dusty Turkey from the 80s. I'd love like an 83 birth year turkey or an 81 birth year turkey.
Yeah.
So those are like Grail type bottles. Smoke Wagon, Rare and Limited would be cool. Those are like Grail bottles.
That's one.
Realistic bottles. More realistic. I would love to have gotten my hands on a Coy Hill, but we struck out on that.
Yeah.
We honestly we really try to fight FOMO, and we don't want for much. We like trading samples around and being able to taste things that way.
We've gotten to try a lot of cool stuff by trading samples.
Yeah.
That's been fun.
Coy Hill has been the most available, if you could even call it that, thing that has literally took me clean off my feet. It had a similar, I'm not saying it was complex and layered like Booker's Rye and King of Kentucky were. But boy, just the flavor concentration is just so big. So there was that. So anyways,
are we going to start this or what?
Yeah, let's start. Okay, let's finish these. Let me talk about these. So this was
Again, Josh can't multitask.
70, 60, 90, 220 for the package deal. I didn't love paying that for Weller 12, but when am I ever going to see one for $90 again? I wouldn't have even bought the package deal, but I want this for selfish reasons.
Yeah, I want to try it. I think it sounds cool.
I love Starlight.
Brandy finished.
I love Starlight. We're getting big into finished stuff.
Yeah.
And then we've been wanting to try this and put it into some blind tastings because you especially love MGP rye.
Oh, I do.
I think this is going to be like a older, higher proofed bullet rye, which is one of your favorites. So I can't wait to try this. And then we got the Weller 12, which is great.
Yeah.
I'm curious about what to put this against in the channel blind head-to-head pool, because it's such a unique. I'm not one that's like, oh, weeded versus rye-based mash bills is like apples and oranges. I don't actually think that's true. A lot of times when you're totally blind, you don't know. It doesn't stand out. But 12 years, 90 proof, there's not a lot of stuff that compares to that. So we might put it against some 10-year, 90 proof stuff. Like Russell's 10-year would be a good comp to this. Eagle Rare would be a good comp. We'll try that. So let's get into this head-to-head.
Barry said, "Thank God you can't multitask. I'll find out why on Friday." What's happening on
Who knows?
Friday?
Barry, you know how I said Scott was crafty? Barry's crafty.
Barry's crafty. Almost.
This has a perfumey smell to it.
Oh, we're starting now. Okay, here we go. It does.
It's perfumey. It's my mind goes is it floral? Is it potpourri? No, it's perfumey. That's what it smells like. More on the floral side, but
thank you, Jay. Hold on.
Yeah. 200 on Weller 12. Man,
wow.
Like I said, it's 225, 250 here on secondary. I like to have the bottle around for sure for guests. I want to put it in the blind sample pool.
Yeah. We're
going to for sure be doing giveaway. It's going to be in some blind flights. It'll be in a blind flight for the charity event in October. It's a good bottle to have around.
This smells like apple Laffy Taffies. Green apple Laffy Taffies to me.
I'll meet you there. Scott said Weller 12 versus Rebel 10-year single barrel. So those aren't really in our market, the 10-year single barrels, unfortunately. Not that I've seen, at least. I know they're really plentiful in other markets. Plentiful.
I'm going to taste this. Has a little bit of a tire rubber taste, but then it's Then it's sweet,
Spicy.
a little spicy.
It might be a rye. We might be on 2 more ryes here.
It's a little spicy, but not a lot of spicy.
There's a green apple / spice combination that I get that it literally is my rye tip off. When I get that, that's when I know I'm getting rye. And I'm getting that on this glass.
Interesting. I'm getting like a rubberiness. And I'm getting the more I'm sipping it, the more spice I'm getting.
So Richie Z asked if we tried Baker's 13. We haven't. We actually haven't even tried the Baker's single barrels, but Baker's the old small batch. We got a bottle of that in Kentucky not long ago, and we love that stuff. When we were, man, I always forget the name of that restaurant in Louisville that we went to. We went up there, and I got the Baker's Booker's Knob Creek flight.
That fancy restaurant where we saw the fight.
Veronese, yeah, I think it's Veronese.
Okay, that sounds right.
But yeah, so like that was pretty early on in our relationship, and we went up to Louisville and we went to a restaurant. We were there for some photography work.
Yeah.
Back when we actually used to both do photography stuff. And
kind of.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah.
Yeah. And so we went to a restaurant and they had like a Baker's Booker's Knob Creek flight. How could I pass that up?
Yeah.
And then a fight broke out, and literally 2 grown men like were walking. They didn't even know each other. They were walking down the street that we know. Walking down the street in front of the restaurant. We're sitting right by the glass, and then they come up to each other and they just start throwing fists and slam into the glass. And I'm sitting here trying to enjoy my bourbon, and they're going crazy outside.
Patrick asked how do I know what a tire tastes like? Never mind, I don't want to know. It tastes like a tire smells, like rubber smells.
I think these are 2 ryes as well.
All right. Are we doing glass 2?
Let's go to glass 2. Okay, this is more maple syrupy.
I get like ethanol.
It is more ethanol. I'm getting more of like a maple syrup richness.
I'm trying to do the Matt Porter twirl. I'm so
Matt,
bad.
how do we do it, Matt?
If you're still on that,
he gave us a whole thing on this.
I know. I need a refresh lesson on how to do this.
I actually have been trying to work on it, and then I accidentally almost spilled some whiskey on Aaron's sanctuary couch, and I have.
You didn't tell me that.
Well, I didn't, but it just came close. So I have actually ceased my practice for my Matt Porter swirling for the time being, unless I'm in a controlled environment with splash zone set up and all that stuff.
Oh, wow. This tastes completely different than it smells.
I think these are ryes. Man, this is almost like a mirror of the last blind head-to-head. Oh, boy, this is getting like cherry Jolly Rancher on the finish.
Yeah?
Yeah, like the red Jolly Rancher. Oh, man. This is good.
They're both good.
That cherry note is lingering.
But it is kind of the same. Like this one, the second glass to me has less punch of flavor, just like the second glass did.
Yeah.
In the first blind we did.
I'm gonna go 2 and then 1 again. See which one I like. While I'm letting this marinate, let's talk about some of the other pickups we got.
Okay.
Pursuit United. They say there's not Dickel in this. It's actually I think they've said this out loud, but there's a Columbia, Tennessee group called Tennessee Distillery Group or Tennessee Distillers Group that they've laid down some whiskey. It's like 4 or 5 years old. Some of the stores around here, they actually have cash strength and Heaven's Door sourcing some of their younger 5-year stuff from them. But that's what's in here. Although to me, it actually tastes like it has Dickel in it, but it's not Cascade Hollow. It's not Tullahoma. It's the Columbia stuff, the Tennessee Distillery Group. But this stuff is still very good. But we got this at a local store, I think $70. That was a fun pickup for the year. One of our regular stores, Blue Note. This is Source Barton, and they actually have the barrel from this.
This is the one that's out of Memphis, right?
So the company's out of Memphis, but they source 1792, and this is, I think the reason that they don't do anything with this is it's a little off profile, It's 121.5 proof, so it's not quite enough to be a 1792 full proof.
Both of these are like kind of burning.
Yeah. And this is this was part of the warehouse collapse that happened at Barton. And so they actually have this barrel in the store and it's all like flattened out on the sides.
Really?
Didn't leak a drop. But this is Source Barton
Wow.
and it's very good. And it's $40 for 121.5 proof. And I think it's a 5-year pick, which like a 1792 full proof is like a 7.5-year pick. But it's good. And for $40, it's hard to beat.
Okay. So both of these for me get thumbs up. Excuse me. They're both very good. But I do have a preference. Do you?
Man, it's what do you want? Like glass one is like brown sugar and vanilla
and like some log cabin oak
and some raw,
a little bit of rubber,
some like I'm so off on your notes. You threw me for a loop.
Sorry.
Caramel, brown sugar, vanilla oak, but with rye spice in there as well.
Kathy said she has to go. Big day tomorrow. Bye, Kathy.
Yep, get some rest.
Get some rest.
Thanks for tuning in. If you win, we'll let you know.
Yes, if you win, we'll let you know.
I'll text you.
All right, do you have a preference?
These are both fantastic.
They are both fantastic.
They're both absolutely fantastic.
I like them both.
The finish on 2 is going to win it for me. I actually prefer that like darker flavor profile in glass 1. Glass 2 is way more cherry forward.
Mm-hmm. You like that.
Cherry and oak. But the finish just hangs out forever on glass 2. Tim asked if we ever find anything rare at Costco. We do not because we don't have Costco membership.
We've talked about getting a Costco membership. We just haven't done it.
Where we live, the nearest Costco is like we're kind of in between 2 Costcos.
We're in between 2 Costcos.
And neither are convenient to get to.
Yeah.
So we don't have a membership, but we really need one because I would like to have one for meat.
So I have a preference towards glass 1. However, that being said, glass 2 is also really good.
I think if I had to guess, I think glass 2 is the quote unquote better whiskey, but the gap isn't that wide.
Yeah.
And I actually really do. I prefer the flavor profile on 1, but I just prefer the overall experience on glass 2.
Okay, let's find out what they are.
Find out what they are.
Oh, Brian says there's no liquor at the BNA Costco here.
Really?
That checks out.
Okay.
There's wine though, right? Because I've gotten some wine from Costco. Previously, I've had a Costco membership.
Okay. So glass 1, Bone Snapper rye, which they source
Never
from.
Even heard of that before.
Who does Bone Snapper source from? That's gonna make me mad.
Josh, you have a theme here.
Yeah. So it's rye. These are both ryes. Hang on.
No.
Bone Snapper rye, elixir pick, extremely short barrel yield. It only yielded 56 bottles.
Oh my.
128.7 proof, 7.5 years.
That proof, you could feel it.
If you know where
both felt proof.
If you know where Bone Snapper sources their rye from, please put it in the chat. Boy, this is very good.
Mm-hmm.
This is very good. It could trick you into not thinking it's a rye.
Yeah, and both of these did feel like they had proof on it. So Scott's costs were about 60 to 70-ish, maybe a little bit more, he said.
Yeah. And then sample 2, another Willett family estate single barrel rye.
Josh might like some Willett.
Only the single barrels that are 5 or 6 years, not the 4-year small batch that tastes like a bowl full of grass with vanilla extract sprinkled, like drizzled over top of it. This is a Willett family estate single barrel Sweet Walter rye is what it's called. Pick by Radnor Wine and Spirits, this is the exact same mash bill as the last one, but 1 more year of age and a little bit more proof. This is 6 years, 129 proof. Again, Scott's cost way too much. Boy, that is fantastic.
Okay, hold on. Tim says that the Costco Kirkland 7-year Tennessee bourbon is sourced from the Tennessee Distilling Company in Columbia. But Brian was saying we can't get alcohol at our Costco's in Tennessee.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
That's crazy.
So a lot of people don't know about Tennessee Distilling Company. Can I tell a quick story?
Sure.
Last night, or what's tonight? Sunday? Tonight's Sunday. We live stream on Sundays.
Yes.
We wear pink on Tuesdays or whatever.
Wednesdays.
There you go.
On Wednesdays we wear pink.
Friday, I got off work. We did that video where I said I go into my local store with my work uniform on so they remember me, like how to get Allocation whiskey. I go into my local store after work on Friday. I walk in, the owner's there. There's an employee there that I haven't seen in a while. So I start chatting with that employee. I'm in the door literally maybe 10 seconds, not even, probably 5 seconds. And I'm like, oh, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Like, how's it been going? Haven't seen you in a while. The owner of the store comes up to me and he's like, here, try this. And I'm like,
you didn't tell me this.
What? And they have these little plastic sample cups. And so, by the way, background to this story, I like to give a lot of local people grief about Weller. And I say that Maker's Mark is better. And I overall do believe that. But it's so much so to the point that people locally think I like Maker's Mark. Like, they think it's my favorite distillery. And they think that I hate Weller. I like both of them. I wouldn't put either in my top 5. Like, I actually like a little bit of spice in my bourbon. So I'm not hugely partial to Weeders. But with that said, I go in and then like the owner's like, here, try this. And I'm like, okay, I literally just got here and I didn't even know you were here. Like, I knew he was there because he works on that night, but and I'm like, okay, cool. Let's try it. Smell it. Smells fantastic. Taste it. Taste fantastic. Tons of cherry, tons of oak.
You like cherry, I'm finding this out.
Not too dissimilar from this glass. In a very weird way when you find out what's about to happen. Matthew Park's in.
Oh.
Thanks, man.
Hey.
New Orleans Bourbon Fest. Oh, man, we wish. We're going to start putting some events on our budget calendar so we can start getting to some things in the future.
And I would love to go to New Orleans. I used to live there for like a hot minute when I was 7.
Yeah.
So I'd love to go back.
So I go in, I'm smelling this, I taste it, and I'm like, okay, this smells great, this tastes great. And the owner, he's like, so you do like Weller? And I'm like, yeah, I do like Weller. I just like to, I like to give people a hard time about going crazy and hyping up Weller.
Yeah.
Because Weller's yet to beat Makers in any double blind head-to-head we've ran across. So then he's like, I guess you're just bougie because this is William LaRue. This is 2021 William LaRue Weller. And then he proceeds to bring the bottle out and pour samples of William LaRue for all the employees of the store and another guy that's a regular shopper in there as well. So we all got to try 2021 William LaRue Weller.
Was it good?
It was good. It was really good. I've only tried 2018, 2020, and 2021. 2018 still by far the best.
Okay.
I like 2021 better than 2020, just based on what I can remember. But that was a cool experience to have. And that's all just through building relationships with your local store. Now, if you're at a big box store, like this is a mom and pop affair. Like they are local. Like he's from here. He grew up around here and he's a local owned business. So that's why that works. And it also works because Tennessee lets us sample whiskey in the store.
Yeah. I didn't know that there was a Bourbon Fest in New Orleans.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Is big. Wow, these are both great.
They're good.
Let's finish out real quick.
They're very high proof though, so I'm gonna set them aside.
I want to finish out a couple of the bottles that we got, and I want to talk about how we got them and why we got them. So we were at a 1792 bottle and bond, so I picked up a 1792 bottle and bond store pick. I actually got this off local secondary for $45, which I think they're $40 or $50 in the local market anyways. We have a 9.25% sales tax, so even at $40, it's almost $45. So this was essentially retail, but this is out of a store that's on a little bit of the outskirts of town. $45 for a 1792 bottle and bond pick. We like this stuff, so happy to get that. A little bit of a local secondary story. Like I also said, I traded. We got Midwinter's 9 and we tried it against 8 and 7. And our preference was 9 best, 7 second, 8 third. All great. We actually have a blind head-to-head coming out on the channel that we just filmed yesterday between Midwinter's and Rittenhouse Rye. And you're going to think that's crazy because Rittenhouse is a $30 baseline rye and Midwinter's is a premium finished port wine rye. But you'll see why we talk about it, why that was even in the blind sample pool to begin with. So I traded away the 7 and the 8. 7, 8, and 9 all had like 70% left. So I traded away the 7 for some Four Roses, single barrel, barrel proof, barrel shrink picks. and an Elijah Craig B520. So I traded my open on the local secondary market for these 3 opens. And this is a, for the Four Roses nerds, this is a KE 441Q. It's an OESF recipe, 10 years, 2 months old, from Vintage. Actually, the same place that 1792 Bottled and Bond pick was from. And we have tried Four Roses single barrel strength picks before, but we've never owned any because people go nuts for them here. And so I had an opportunity to get my hands on them. I actually did the trade for the B520 because I love this stuff. My birthday is May 20th. This is B520. It's also my favorite Elijah Craig barrel proof. I think it's either that or C920. That was actually a question way back. Somebody asked what my favorite, our favorite Elijah Craig barrel proof was. You're not big on Elijah Craig barrel proof, but it's B520 or C920. And when we get around to May, I'm going to do some blind tasting between B520 and C920. And one of those is going into a blind flight on our May live stream for me to do. You don't have to do them.
Okay.
But I did it for this, but I also traded and got these. So that's a local secondary pickup. And then
how much more do you have, by the way?
We have one more thing to show. Okay. And then I want to talk about some of this stuff. So I did.
And if you guys have any questions, pop them in the chat, because once Josh takes a breath, we'll answer some questions.
So I did another trade on local secondary where I traded the Act 8 midwinters for a green spot that was open, about halfway full.
Irish.
And that was great. We needed that for our November live stream with Kat and Catlin. And
from 10 to 2.
And I didn't want to buy a whole bottle because I like it, but I don't love it. We also got a Macallan 12, about half a bottle of that, which is really good. And we also got this, which we've taken a few pours out of this. It was kind of more up to here, but we finally got it. We missed out on this when it dropped in the local market. And then we traded the Act 8 and about that much of an OWA, a Weller Antique 107 store pick for this and the green spot and the Macallan 12. So super happy to have this. This is like a special pour bottle for us.
Urban Engineer says we need Blue Spot. Which one was the one?
We've tried Blue Spot.
Which one was the one that we really, really wanted? Was it Yellow Spot?
Yellow Spot. Yellow Spot. We liked Blue Spot, and we liked Red Spot. We did actually when I went and got those 2 Blantons at Main Street, the local, the wait in line thing, it was so funny because they had a Blue Spot there, and I thought about selfishly buying that, but I actually do like the Yellow Spot better.
Liberty Not Licensed, is your work uniform all white getup of the milkman, Josh? Just me.
You can call me the milkman if you want.
He's
So yeah.
What can Brown do for you?
I think that I did get this too. This is I don't know how, I haven't seen distribution on this, but I got some Castle and Key hand sanitizer.
What?
This was
it looks like straight up water.
Yeah, look, this is about guys, build relationships with your local store, okay? Castle and Key dropped off quite a few of these. Lionel G's in the chat. He asked what Jack was it? It's the special release rye from 2020. And this one is, for anybody that's super nerdy about these, this one has black writing. It's 130.4 proof. Boy, we just absolutely, this is a special pour.
Marcus wants to know if we're going to review more scotches in 2022. I hope so.
We will absolutely. So
I want to, yes.
This is something that we're like trying to communicate it better, but like our blind sample pool, we have more bottles of bourbon and rye than anything. Yep. So like if we just take our 3 Scotch bottles and put them in, we're going to know exactly what they are when we taste them.
So we do those over on Patreon.
Yeah. We do actually a really, like the channel is like 98% bourbon and rye. Our Patreon is a mix of everything. It's a mix of craft. It's a mix of, Scotch, Irish, international whiskeys.
Yeah.
Like Eric David Gunderson in the chat. He's given us some like South African single malts and some Armenian single malts that we're going to do over there. Yeah. Tons of stuff going on over on the Patreon and the bonus content tier. Whiskey Still Farms asked, what do we like best? Red, yellow, blue, or green? We did a blind flight video. Yellow is across the board our favorite.
But green was our second, right?
We liked...
I can't remember.
Yellow's number 1 and the rest are number 2.
Yeah, they're all tied. They were all good.
Reasons.
We like them all, but yellow was at that point. Just,
So Tim asked if we've done an Isla Scotch review. We've done a few on the Patreon. We did one on the channel. We did a flight, and it was I'm gonna mess up what it was, but we really liked Ardbeg Uggdale. That was our head and shoulders best.
Yeah. Okay, real quick.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say the whole spiel because Liberty Not Licensed asked us not to, but if you want to get in, because I'm noticing the time, it's 9:35. In about 20 minutes, we're going to close down the giveaway for a 6-flight situation. If you want 6 things given to you, every $5 in Super Chat gets you an entry into that 6-flight situation.
And in those 6 things are non-chill filtered rare breed. I'm going to do it. People need to.
Okay.
Some people
need to know.
So it's non-chill filtered rare breed, the travel exclusive, regular rare breed, and a Russell's Reserve single barrel group pick from Nashville Bourbon Social Club, which is fantastic. And then the other 3 samples are a 15-year, 8-month Knob Creek pick from Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, and then one of the best 9-10-year Knob Creek picks we've ever had from a local store here, and then a 2016-01 Booker's Bluegrass batch. So if you want to try older Booker's batch, non-chill filter rare breed, 15-year Knob Creek. I think it's a cool flight. I think it's a kind of cool 3-and-3 flight.
Yeah, I want that flight. Matthew asked if we ever do high proof rums. No, but I would love to.
No, we have. We have. So on our Patreon videos, we tried we tried that. Well, Eric David Gunderson gave us the Ronza Kappa XO. That was low proof rum, and you said it tastes like a tropical vacation.
I didn't remember that was rum.
Yeah, but then we also tried Foursquare 2007, and we loved it. We absolutely loved it.
So we have a little more flexibility with what we try on Patreon because we can.
Right.
So
everything we do on the public channel is blind, because to us that's where we bring value to the whiskey tube space. Because
we're not experts. So we taste blind, and that's where we have fun, and that's where we feel like we can shine.
Yeah. We really want to showcase on our blind tastings and even our blind single sample tastings that we've started to do. We want to showcase for the regular average Joe and Jane palate, is there really a difference between the hyped up stuff and the not hyped up stuff? If it's both $30, what should you buy? We want to talk about that sort of stuff on our public channel. We get a little bit more silly on our uncut videos over on the Patreon. A little more nerdy,
a little more silly over on Patreon.
Yeah.
We let our hair down a little bit.
Yeah.
Literally, my hair's down usually.
Real quick, we actually have touched on some of these things. The best way to get allocated whiskey, I think, is being memorable. But if anybody has any other than that in lotteries, I mean, we did a video about that, but it's like anymore, you just really have to get a lottery or pay secondary.
Maybe Not Licensed says they were kidding.
No.
I do try to honor requests, so just saying.
And then thank you, Barry, for the 3K. Congrats. Yes, thank you for being part of that, man.
Barry, you're awesome.
So 2 things we talked about on the channel. We talked about budget. Like, that video was received way better than we thought it would have been.
I love talking about budgeting. It's like one of my favorite things.
I'm not kidding. Like, we wanted to make that video because we think it is a really, look, guys, if we were trying to grow this channel as big as possible, all our videos would be 8 minutes. We would review only hyped up stuff, and we would be pumping out content. We would approach things differently if we were trying to
just build.
3K is great, but if we were just trying to
3K,
if we were trying to get max numbers, we would approach things differently. We are trying our absolute level best to bring value to the whiskey tube space in our own way, based on our palates.
Right.
And for us, that's blind tastings.
Right.
So, and we talk too much, and by we, I mean me. And our videos run long, and I'm sure it hurts our watch. I can look and see that it hurts our watch times and everything like that. And sometimes we cover kind of lame topics like budgeting and financing and stuff.
And responsible drinking.
And we're talking about, we got a video coming up here soon on moderation. A lot of people are doing dry January right now. We wanted to speak to that. So we've got, we talk about some things maybe that might not grow the channel, but we want to talk about these things because we think they're important.
Yeah.
And the budgeting thing was important.
Well, they're important because it's part of your life. Like, whether you want to acknowledge it or not, it's part of your life.
Right.
Budget, how much you spend on whiskey and how much you drink. Whatever side, wherever you fall in that, that's a part of your life. So I don't know.
So
it just makes sense to
I
me.
think it would be cool here when we got about 20 minutes left.
Okay.
I'd love to hear about financing, whiskey, budgets. A lot of people commented in the chat.
I have to highlight what the bourbon engineer said. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah. We thought that might be a consequence.
But did she hear the part where I said a budget is permission to spend?
Oh, preach that.
It is
That'll preach.
That I truly believe that. Having a budget it gives you permission to spend because every dollar is allocated somewhere. So if you haven't seen that video, guys, go watch it. I truly believe everything I said, and I'll talk about it forever. So I gotta stop.
And knowing Brian, he might be joking about that anyway.
He might be joking, but still, it's good. It's a good point to bring up.
So right now I'm trying the Willet 5-year versus the Willet 6-year. Obviously single barrels, same mash bill though.
Let's see. Oh, Mike said keep doing what we're doing. That's why most of us are here. Thank you, Mike. That's very kind. Really appreciate it. It can't be anything but us.
That's exactly what you would expect. Yeah. The 6 years more oak, the 5 years more fruity sweet. That's a mood thing.
Which one was your rare breed? I want it.
No, you can't have it. These are mine.
Bro.
You got 4 glasses over there.
I want the rare breed, and that's the one that's empty.
I will get you the bottle. You can't have my rare breed.
Okay. I'll just drink
So as far as that goes, like I hope you guys liked that episode. We really did enjoy making it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got somebody that said in the comments, they were like, what they say? They said this sounds like
a commercial for every dollar.
Yeah. And that's the budgeting software we use.
That's just what we use. I used it long before Josh came along. I've used every dollar since I looked at it since 2015.
Yeah.
So it's been a hot minute. So I've used it that long, and I've paid for the premium version for that long. So it's worth it for me.
Highlight Barry's comment. Okay. I want to highlight this. So, okay, hang on. We're going to get to this. Bourbon Karma is a thing. He was in a lottery, won an Old Fitz 14. Barry, please comment in the chat. Is it the fall 2020 version of the Old Fitz 14? He opened it and shared it with everyone there. The owner thought it was cool, invited him to another lottery, and he won a Old Forester 150th. It's all about sharing. That's what
happened to you too.
Yeah.
That's what happened to you too. Like in 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Bourbon Karma is a real thing. And this actually wasn't in our things to talk about. We were going to talk about like what you guys thought about the budgeting video and talk about the whiskey resolutions video, because I'd love to hear what your whiskey resolutions for 2022 are. So put that in the chat if you have some resolutions for the year. With that said, though,
he said yes.
He said fall 2020. So we have that one as well. We got super lucky on that, and we have shared that out. And the guy that let us get some samples of the Weller Foolproof. Yeah, thanks, Mike. You're in there. We got you in there for the giveaway.
Yeah.
So
we got about 10 more minutes to get into the giveaway.
Yeah. So we've shared so much of that bottle, and we shared it with the guy that Cole Donay that gave us some Weller Foolproof samples for our blind flights or our blind head-to-heads. And he's like, dude, this is phenomenal. Like the mouthfeel on that Old Fitz. The flavors are great. The experience is great, but the mouthfeel is so good, and the nose is so good.
All right. Chris says,
hey,
what?
John White says, love your content. Switch to local stores. I'm at Madison Beverage Warehouse. Yeah, dude, we'll stop by and see you. I actually have heard really good things about Madison Beverage Warehouse and y'all's picks over there. So we love some store picks.
Tim says that his store's providing rare samples to his work. Brings you a long way.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm sorry.
So can I just say, like, every cool thing I've ever got to try has almost always been because of Bourbon Karma. That's what I call it.
Yeah.
It's because I'm willing to share and
building relationships.
Yeah, this is a really good point. So somebody commented on a video, and I'm really sorry I'm forgetting the person's name. We collectively try to comment on everything.
I'm highlighting
that we get.
I like it.
I like Renee's. What's that? New Year's resolution is to drink all my neighbor's bread.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
Yeah, and then Renee said, "Don't buy on fire pit nights." Yeah.
Okay.
We're coming over for a fire pit night soon.
Yes.
What was I saying?
Dude, you
Bourbon Karma, trying cool things. That's been so somebody commented and they were like, I have such a difficult time managing a large collection of whiskey when everything's open. Like, how do I get through it all? And that, like, that's kind of like an off the cuff comment that somebody might make. And like, it would be very easy for me to just breeze past that and be like, oh yeah, we know how that feels or whatever, like, but it really made me think. And then we got to talking about it. And it's like, you know what? Like, they're so rare that, where'd the Stag Junior go? So we're down to here in the Stag Junior. We've had one pour, like a micro pour ourselves. This much, some of it went into that Infinity bottle or the Buffalo Trace Infinity bottle. The rest of it's been sampled out. Like, I started thinking about it, and we started doing these blind flight nights over in our Patreon. And if you take a 750 milliliter bottle and you put it in 2-ounce sample jars, it'll fill a dozen. And I like on local secondary trading stuff for the channel or just giving stuff to friends because they've never tried it before. I literally give away about half a bottle of everything we own.
Hold on. I have to highlight James. Thank you, James. Love Rare Breed.
Oh,
we do too. Here's 2022.
Yeah. Rare Breed is our whiskey spirit animal.
Yes.
But like legitimately, we give away about a quarter to a half a bottle of everything we own.
Yeah. Well, and
to other people.
That's what I personally, as someone who has kind of come alongside you in your whiskey journey, now I'm part of this community as well. And I have found that the whiskey community is so generous. Like, I feel like everyone's just like trading samples. Here, try this. Have you tried this? Have you tried this? Which that is my absolute favorite part. That's why I'm doing this channel with him because of this community.
Because of you guys.
Yeah, because it's just.
She doesn't want to hang out with me. She
wants
to hang out with you guys.
I do want to hang out with you. That's also a perk. But I don't personally care as much about what I'm drinking in the glass. If I like it, I like it. That's great. I don't care what it is as long as I like it. But it's about the community for me. And so I have loved that part of like the whole whiskey karma thing is like just the community as a whole is so just giving and sharing. And I friggin' love it. So that's my little spiel. I'm done.
It really does make such a big difference. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. Like, there are, like, I would never have been able to try the William LaRue's and the Willet single barrel Rise and the Willet Purple Top bourbons that we've tried.
Yeah.
We've tried Sazerac 18. We've tried, some George T. Stat. Like, we've tried so many different things over the years. Look.
I'm highlighting this because I'm in charge of chat. Thank you, Eric.
So we are sipping this stuff, and people are like
Nathan,
sharing that stuff with us, and we can't reciprocate. We don't have that cool of bottles, but you know what we do have? We do have bottles that other people haven't tried. Yeah. So like it's kind of like that whole model where like you go to Starbucks. We don't go to Starbucks, but like
I used to go to Starbucks a ton.
If you go to Starbucks and the person in front of you pays, or maybe you're the first person and you pay for the person behind you, and that starts a chain reaction. If you do that with whiskey and you build that in your local community, it can go so far. I literally think Bourbon Karma is a real thing.
So I'm highlighting some comments here because I can't speak because someone else is speaking, but I want to know that I see you guys and I hear you, and it's got,
whenever
let me highlight yours.
Yeah. Whenever we have something like a tiff or something, or like I can tell something's really important. We pick this up from the TV show Parenthood, but we say, I see you and I hear you, and we see you and we hear you.
Yes.
Even if we're not responding because chat's popping off.
Yeah.
And we can't thank you guys enough for being here tonight.
Yeah.
This is a ton of fun.
Yeah.
And we've got almost everybody that's going to be in the blind flight night tomorrow for our Patreon coordinated blind flight night is in the chat right now too, which is, can't wait for that. So we'll see you guys tomorrow night for that live stream.
Yeah.
Guess who
also
might not be going to work tomorrow?
There's like 5 minutes left if you want to enter into the giveaway to get the 6 flight pour situation. What is it? I don't know what to call it.
Yeah. So this will be our last call. Last call to get some non-chill filtered rare breed and some Knob Creek 15-year 8-month store pick inside of a flight of 6 pours that includes a regular rare breed, a Russell's Reserve store pick or a group pick that's fantastic, and then another Knob Creek pick and Booker's. Yeah, Booker's 2020 or 2016-01 Bluegrass batch. I said Booker's and we were talking about Baker's. I got confused.
Wait, what is it?
It's Booker's.
Oh,
it's Booker's.
There's Booker's in here in this flight?
Yeah, the 2016 Bluegrass batch.
We have Booker's?
Yeah, we've only said it 5 times, and we've only had it in blind head-to-heads quite a few times.
Wow. Again, like I said, what the name is apparently doesn't register because
keep up.
I'm a little slow in that department.
Nathan Tuck, hey, cheers, brother.
Yeah.
Get them prayers in with the kids,
Have
man.
a good week.
Teach them the way. Dude, this has been such a fun night. So we're going to run the giveaway in 4 minutes, right?
Yes. Because we're staying on schedule.
Man, we are going to stay on schedule. When I say we, I mean I would live stream for a really long time.
I would too, but you guys, it's a school night. I have to work tomorrow. He might have to work tomorrow.
I don't know if I'm going to work or not yet.
There's a weather situation happening in Nashville, so we don't know what the roads are going to be like.
And I drive for UPS, and I'm not trying to be out on these icy roads, but the roads kind of looked fine before the sun went down. So I'm not really, I think I probably should go to work, but I don't want to. So.
And we've got our Patreon blind flight night tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Which I don't think you've announced this yet, but we've discussed having.
Oh, no, let's talk. Are you ready to start this in February?
Yes.
Okay. So Patreon, this is Patreon stuff. Look, our videos are free and you can enjoy the channel that way if you would like.
Yeah.
If you want to get more involved, that's what the Patreon's for.
Yeah.
Like, that's literally the only reason the Patreon exists. If you don't want to get more involved, please do not check the Patreon out. If you would like to get more involved, including doing blind flights with us and getting a blind flight hand delivered to your home.
Thank you, Chapter. And I know it's almost your bedtime, so thank you.
Yeah. I think he meant to do like $199, but it's like he's so delirious from being so tired that he accidentally did a $19.
Stay on track.
But so we actually are going to start doing one monthly public live stream, and then the following Monday night, a private Patreon only live stream for the Whiskey with Friends tiers. And we're going to do that every month now. We're going to every month. And every other month, those are going to be coordinated blind flight nights. So tomorrow night's our first one. Technically, we've done like a practice one.
We did a practice one in December.
Yeah. And I actually did one with a couple of local guys, including Scott Kading, who gave us these samples, and Nathan
thank
Souza.
You, Paul.
Getting in there. Yeah, boy. Get in there.
Got 2 minutes.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see who wins this. I want you to have it so bad. Like I was actually skeptical. Like channels would do giveaways, and I'd be like, man, I never win. But then I'm just gonna tell you guys, it's fun to give away whiskey.
It is.
It's really fun to give away whiskey and to have other people try things they might not otherwise be able to try. Yeah. And we found that out in our charity live stream.
Yep.
Last
Did you
October.
finish what you were saying about the Patreon thing? Okay.
Every month following our public live stream, the next Monday night we're
doing
our
YouTube live stream. The next night will always be a Patreon live stream, alternating between the blind flight night and just a hangout session.
Sip whatever you're sipping.
Yeah.
You can even join on screen.
Yeah.
We can have as many as 9 additional video feeds on screen. So come on, join in. We're hanging out, we're sipping, we're talking with you guys, because literally that's what we love the most about doing this channel.
Yeah.
And we mean that in the actual literal sense, not the literal
figurative sense.
Figurative, which is the most oxymoronic thing ever.
All right, stop talking.
All right.
Let's see what we got here. Someone said there were tornadoes. Whiskey or Liberty not licensed. Where are you at?
Patrick Hughes says first official day at a new job tomorrow. Cheers, man.
Oh, congrats. That's awesome.
Oh, wait, he says holiday. Wait, your first day at the new job is a holiday? You got off for MLK Day? That's awesome.
Nice. So. My office is not closed for MLK Day, so I have to work.
Oh, Liberty not licensed says no one injured. Thank God. Yeah, absolutely.
That's great. That's good that no one was injured.
Mother Nature is cruel.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
I think we're pretty close. Yeah. So let's
Adriana, if you want to.
We just need the number. Yep. I can run the randomizer here. I just need 1 to whatever the top number is for the giveaway, because it is 9:55 on our oven clock, which is what we can see sitting here. So, it's on the atomic clock too.
Yep.
So should comment in chat.
82 entries. Sweet.
Wow. Okay.
All right,
guys, thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right, 82. Minimum value 1, maximum value 82.
All right.
Done.
Fingers crossed.
Touch it.
All right.
Touch it. Touch the screen.
Oh, I thought you didn't know you were talking to me.
I'm talking to you. You're the other person.
34.
Number 34.
Number 34.
You guys saw it.
Who's number 34? Yes, I am keeping Josh on track.
Yeah.
I have to keep Josh on track because he will talk forever.
Bourbon Engineer says pizza time. Someone say oven.
Oh.
We cook our pizza in the oven. Like,
oh my gosh.
Okay, look, we have a whole live stream.
So bad.
We will have a whole live stream on our pizza situation.
I love
We
pizza.
are serious about it.
And I also love pizza so much.
www.bakingsteel.com. That will take you a long way, and we can talk about cold ferment, long ferment. I mean, let's get into it.
Just give me the warm
flour.
carbs.
What's your
care.
hydration percentage? We're getting into it. All right, Adriana's going to let us know who won. Number 34. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait for you to get this flight. This is fantastic.
The rare breed non-chill filter.
And this is so good too. Oh, I'm so happy with both of these bottles.
Oh, Bourbon Engineer said bricks, baby, bricks pizza.
Hey, we got to bring
that
pizza.
Is good.
We got to bring some stuff and whiskey pizza over for you.
You and I have not gone
there. That was
there,
good.
But yeah, we make our own pizza at home and it's pretty good. Yeah, Eric says pizza is never the wrong answer.
I want to know this real quick before we sign off. If you don't like pizza, can you please comment in the chat?
No, don't, because I don't want to know.
No, it's fine. Like everybody has personal preferences, and there's Liberty Not Licensed won it. Heck yeah.
Wait, where?
That's awesome. Adriana said,
oh, hey, cool.
And he did that super chat, and he's like, please stop talking about it because I want to win this. Dude, I'm so happy you won it. You're so excited about it. You're getting it.
There you go.
Yeah.
You won. Congratulations.
We'll probably throw some extra stuff in there, too. We'll hook you up.
I mean, why not?
Yeah. Yeah. Why not?
Awesome.
We got more whiskey than we can drink.
Yes,
so
that is a fact.
You're getting it.
Yes.
So this is awesome. I have ideas.
What's your idea?
Comparable. They're blind, by the way. Liberty Not Licensed. It's going to be a blind flight. Instead of 3 and 3, you're probably going to get 4 and 4.
Oh.
I have a somewhat nutty, high proof, kind of similar profile to the Knob Creek and the Booker's that you'll get as a 4th pour in there, and then you'll also get a 4th pour that's kind of in the same profile of some of the Russell stuff. So can't wait to get that to you.
Yeah.
Dude, that's so awesome. All right, guys, we got a couple more minutes here.
Let me see.
Technically 2.
Okay. Yep.
Erin is super serious about her bedtime, y'all. And we got a Patreon live stream tomorrow.
Yeah, well, we have 2 live streams back to back, so we can't be up late.
Yeah. It literally within arm's reach of me is the blind flight for the coordinated blind flight night for tomorrow. Oh, Liberty Not Licensed. What do you say? Pick them up in Central Illinois. No, we're not in Central Illinois. We're in Nashville, but we will have them hand delivered via private courier service to your home, sir.
Yes. That's what he said.
Yeah. All right. Top dog snoozing in the chat. Guys, this was so much fun.
It's your bedtime. I know. It's mine too, John.
Thank you all so much for tuning in. I wish our schedules allow for more live streams.
Yeah.
I so wish they did.
Maybe one day they will. They might. We'll see.
We love filming videos, and we hope they bring a lot of value to the community and even not the community, like people just tuning in and watching. But boy, this is the most fun we have with the channel. So thank you guys for being a part of that. I think that's it for tonight. Is that it?
We have
guys,
to sign off.
You don't know how many brownie points I will get if I sign off with a 9 on the front of the clock, 9:59.
You will. It's a true story.
Thank you all so much. And Adriana, thank you for tracking the
thank you, Adriana.
super chats.
As always, you're awesome. And all y'all are awesome.
Yeah.
And Liberty Not Licensed will be in touch.
Yeah, we'll be in touch. Email us at stuffandwhiskey, stuffandwhiskey@gmail.com, and we will make sure that flight gets into your hands.
Yes.
Double flight.
Yes.
Stuffandwhiskey.com. Stuffandwhiskey@gmail.com.
At gmail.com.
Yes. Awesome, guys.
Okay.
Cheers.
All
Good
right.
night.
Yes.
God bless.
Bye.